Tucked away in a remote canyon in the desert, beyond well-trodden paths and well-known landmarks, lies a hidden canyon waiting to be discovered. This secret canyon, a place of history and mystery, offers a rare opportunity to explore the past of the Native American peoples who once called this region home. As we venture through the rugged terrain, the towering canyon walls seem to whisper tales of ancient civilizations, their lives etched into the very rock. The journey into this secluded wilderness promises not just a hike, but a step back in time as we uncover the hidden remnants of a lost world. This canyon's entrance has been privately owned for decades, and the owner wanted the spectacular canyon beyond his property to be forever closed to visitors. So he left his ranch to the Nature Conservatory, which prohibits direct access to the canyon. While the mouth of this canyon is posted with no trespassing signs, the rest of the canyon beyond the ranch lies within the Red Rock Secret Mountain Wilderness area and is therefore open to visitation. There are two legal routes to get around the private property, and today we will explore both. So I've now entered the area called the chute. It's basically the start of this hike, and it's by far the hardest part. We're going way up this crack, and the trail kind of comes and goes with the rocks. It's going to be interesting, and boy, I really look forward to getting to the top. It's going to be kind of a bear getting up here, I think, and I just hope I can keep track of the trail. Anywho, we'll see you when we get a little bit closer. We're about halfway up the chute. It's not too bad. There's some sections that are really steep, but this little bit right here is basically flat, which is kind of amazing. And certainly won't last, as we can see ahead of us. But a lot of this trail is hugging the left side of this cliff face, and it's pretty steep. Like I said, it flattens out a bit, but then there's a lot of really steep, kind of slippery parts. It rained yesterday, so the ground's a bit moist, which actually keeps it from being too slick because the dust isn't sliding around. Well, I've come quite a long ways. Trail just came up here against the cliff, and I can pretty much see where I'm going up there now. Might look far on camera, but for me it don't look too far considering how far I've come up already. Probably came up about 600 feet since I entered the neck of this canyon, and we'll see how far it ends up being. But the trail takes a strange turn here and goes over these boulders and up that scrapey side over there, so. Well, you can see the car way down there, and I just made it up to the saddle of this big long chute that was awfully steep. The last little bit came up right through here, awfully slippery. And now you can see there is still a trail. I'm not just making this up. That goes up and over here, where it's much colder. You can see there's some snow on the ground. Wow, look at that. Hoping to find at least 6, maybe 7
sites in here and one really exceptional rock art panel. So off we go. Spotted our first ruin. It's in a pretty precarious position and it's taken us quite a while to work on our way over here. And I hope it doesn't get any more tricky as we go. There's a lot of plants between here and there, which gives us something to hold on to, but boy, some of these spots, if you slip and fall, it's not good. Stay away, needle sharp.
The landscape gradually reveals fascinating evidence of its past inhabitants. From the first signs of weathered stone structures to the faint markings on the rock faces, the cliffs hold clues to the ingenuity and spirituality of those who lived here long ago.
What a magnificent view this home had. So where we came through is right here at the saddle, and there's supposed to be a ruin somewhere around here, but I seem to have missed it because I'm pretty sure this is the ruins number 2. And I think it's got a much more dramatic and spectacular location than it would have had over at that first area. It's got quite a drop off, as I think you can see here, and it looks like there was quite a bit of water seep that came through here. So the residents probably had a pretty good supply of water. If not, I'm sure they'd go right down here to collect it. This inside area still has the mortar between the rocks. Well, as it turns out, that first ruin we came to is the first ruin, ruin number 1. And we know that because there's another ruin right over here that matches all the looks of ruin number 2. I think I was just going a little slower than I thought and not traveling quite as far distance as I thought. This one looks a bit bigger. It's got quite an overhang above it, keeping it safe. Wow.
These ancient homes offer a glimpse into the daily lives of Native American cultures. Built by the Sinagua people maybe 800 years ago, These dwellings served as sanctuaries from the harsh environment, and their architecture, still surviving after centuries, stands as a testament to human resilience and adaptation.
Wow, really amazing. It's such a view. Well, we're pretty far back, and while I think I'm a bit too far up, I do see ruin number 3 right there under that ledge. Really cool. They had a tremendous view, that's for sure. And with all these trees, probably some pretty decent water.
The cliff face, worn by time but resilient, cradles these remnants of a lost civilization, suggesting a deep connection between the people and the natural world around them. Every stone, every crumbling wall seems imbued with unspoken reverence, as though it was never merely a shelter, but a sacred space where the human spirit touched the divine. This site exudes a quiet reverence, inviting me to pause and reflect on the mystery of those who once lived here, in harmony with the harsh beauty of the desert. The red rocks bathed in the golden glow of the desert sun, echoing with stories that transcend time, as if in deliberate communion with the heavens.
Well, I made it to the 3rd ruin. This trail was a lot more challenging than I expected. There's a lot of ledges, a lot of slippery sections, where if you fall, you're really not going to be happy with the result. So it's been taking me a lot longer than I planned, and I don't think I'm going to get to 6 ruins. I'm pretty happy just seeing these 3 right now. I don't think I'm going to be able to find the petroglyph or pictograph panel because it's just really hard to find. The trail's very skimpy in some places, non-existent on the slick rock, and very easy to lose it. So from here, the trail is going to drop down to the main trail of Canyon and hopefully be flat and very manageable so I can just cruise back. So I was going along the creek bed, nice and flat and pretty, and I saw this trail angling up this way, and I decided maybe this is in the vicinity of those pictographs or petroglyphs I wanted to see, and maybe this will lead me to them. Well, there's definitely another ruin that was here. I don't think it was on my map though. And I do see some things over here on the wall. Looks like some kind of shield, maybe? Maybe another shield? Maybe with a bird on it? Kind of looks like an ear of corn. Oh, and look at this. I think that's a humanoid figure. That's a head. Maybe crops? Cool spot. Well, after the cool petroglyphs, I headed back to the trail, sort of paralleling the creek bottom, and just headed along a nice, easy dirt path. Very little problems. After the exciting trails above on those cliffs, this is kind of nice. Very peaceful and glad to have this as the second half of the hike. Although there will be one more up and over to get out of this canyon without crossing into any private property. And our last amazing thing to see is the Council of Elders wall. Lots of pictures here. Amazing. Procreation. Below the star. Snake, maybe water. Another star. Wow, look at these. What could those be? It's a whole row of them, whatever it is. We also have some deer, or antelope, I think. With some dots, whatever they might mean. Really interesting stuff. Wow. That's the neat one. I like that one up there the best, I think. Ooh, and look at that guy. Let's see what else we can find. A lot of soot down here from fires. Wow, look at that. Well, that's pretty amazing. Look at that shield, wow. Wow. That's really amazing. There's my hand for reference. I think it's quite big. Beautiful. Wavy lines above it. Some more wavy lines. Some interesting character here. The wavy lines continue all the way over here with this character below it. You never know when they're watching you. Respect the area. Whole bunch of dots up here. Not sure if you can see them, but I wonder if it was keeping track of something. I think it goes. It curves and it goes. So it's going to go up a lot, and it's going to cut up us right in the gorge. Now it's going to get tricky. We're going to have to go up and up and up and up. As I make my escape from the canyon, I once again have to go up and over a large, slippery, steep slope. That's to avoid the private land, which is kind of what makes this place so special, because not a lot of people want to deal with this, but it does help to preserve the Native American sites, and that's really nice. Finally made it to the top. Boy, oh boy. That was a lot of work. It's only about 350 feet, but it felt like a lot more. The trail was sketchy, overgrown, non-existent in places, and really challenging. I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, so that's good, I guess. And all I have to do now is go down and meet up with the road. So, wish me luck. Went up there this morning, into the canyon, came out right over here, and down. quite the adventure today. Not sure that I'm going to do this again real soon because it was very difficult, but it was amazing to see. Thanks for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you tune in for the next one.
To stand before the ruins is to acknowledge the enduring bond between humanity and Earth, one that spans not just lifetimes, but generations, cultures, and eons. The sacredness of this place lies not only in its physical remnants, but in the intangible spirit of the land itself.